Well, as gentlemen, I ended up taking a loss from the game that hung due to the panda bug. Remember, folks, when you play panda, do not replay the creature too quickly, because if you do, that'll cause a game hanging bug and you'll take a loss. Unless, of course, you're willing to leave Hearthstone open all day and make the other person quit first. Although, honestly, for all I know, my opponent took a loss too. I don't know what happens if the other person leaves. I mean, maybe the other person already had left by the time I left. Who's to say? Anyway, I couldn't stay away. I really should have gone and done some other stuff, but I was like, whatever. Let's just quit this damn game and keep on going with the arena. So anyway, we were probably going to lose that game anyway, but it's always frustrating, to have to take the loss because there's a chance I would have won it. Ah, Argent Squire. This thing can be a real nuisance for a Hunter to deal with because it screws up deadly shots. I actually lost a game in my Hunter arena precisely for that very reason. Holy hell, that's quite the aggressive opening here. I kind of wish I were first now. This would be way better if I were the first player. I would actually, I mean, that could be like a game-deciding difference here, is the fact that I'm second rather than first. So with 1, 2, and 3, and them being like buff 2s and buff 3s, and a creature that can actually get buffed, it actually makes a really huge difference. Anyway, we'll see what happens. So now if my opponent obliges me by playing a 2 power or 2 toughness creature, then the wolf will take it out. But if my opponent plays a 3 toughness creature, it's a little bit more irritating. It's like a river crocolisk here would just be a pain for me to deal with. I don't have any good way of getting rid of it. Loot Hoarder. Well, that's actually pretty good. I will take that quite happily. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play the wolf. Now you might think, Boris, why are you playing the wolf? You don't actually need the wolf to kill off that Loot Hoarder. And you're right, I don't. But if my opponent here plays a... I can actually pass the turn. If my opponent here plays a 3 toughness creature, I want the wolf to already be on the board so that when I play Shattered Sun Cleric, I can buff this up to 3 power and then kill this thing. Again, as I noticed when I took this in the draft, I took it, I think, over like a Frost Elemental. And I said I'd probably get it in, one game. And I did. Well, this is actually annoying because it's all stealthy-like, which is a bit sad. But that's fine. So what we're going to do here is we'll just play the Argent Protector to protect our most valuable creature, the wolf. We'll swing for 4 damage. So this made a huge difference. It let me kill off the Loot Hoarder while keeping a creature on the board. Now this Panther sucks. If he attacks me, I can just trade it off. He'll have to trade it against an inferior creature. He's actually going to pop the Divine Shield. I see what you did there, sir. Now you can use the Panther to kill the wolf, but then this guy still dies. Oh no! What an interesting choice. I don't think that was right at all. Yikes. Well, I'll take it happily here. I mean, leaving your Paladin... Okay, leaving your Paladin opponent with all these creatures is a bit crazy. I honestly, maybe if I were holding onto the Ironforge Rifleman, I would have just killed off the Sergeant Squire, used the Panther to kill off the Argent Protector, leave this wolf with nothing to buff. I mean, it's easy to say that, of course, looking at my hand, knowing that I've got a Stampeding Kodo here. But, damn, just leaving your Paladin opponent with all the creatures is not good. I should have put the Kodo on the other side. Oh, jeez, I forgot about that. Sorry, folks. Positioning is something I still forget sometimes. That and, attacking with my creatures. And sometimes not realizing that I can clear my opponent's board. So that Argent Squire, it killed the Loot Hoarder, it killed the Panther. It even, I think, dealt some damage at some point. It was just crazy good. Okay, luckily, well, not luckily, that's obviously not lucky that he got to kill my drop in a super profitable fashion, but I mean, the thing is, he killed it, so it didn't matter that I placed it on the wrong side. That's what I'm trying to say here. Okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to go for the gold here. I'm going to actually Shattered Sun Cleric on the correct side. Going to buff this dude. Use him to kill the hyena. Make a recruit. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm setting up for a Frostwolf Warlord here. Hunter is not the greatest at clearing this out, really. He could lay an explosive trap, which would kill everything but the Shattered Sun Cleric, but that would be too late, because I could play the Frostwolf Warlord. Multi-shot, well, that'll kill 2 creatures, but that's like his whole turn. And a steady shot, oh boy. Well, let's think. This is a 6-6, it hits for 6. The Harpy is a 4-5, and it hits for 8. So I guess I'm going to do this just because it is harder hitting. Actually, it hits for even more. This guy would have hit for 7 with the help of the wolf. The Harpy actually hits for 10. So it expands the difference because, of course, every point of buff is amplified. It's going to silence that. Well, it's still a Chillwind Yeti, which is, pretty good. Let's take a look at the situation here. Is it time to throw the wolf away? I think so. So what we'll do is we'll make a recruit. We'll make a Frostwolf Warlord. What I'm going to do here is use the wolf to kill that thing, which allows me to use the harpy to kill that thing and live. And then I hit for 3. Could I have won? No, I couldn't have won. I could have dealt 6 more damage, but I totally should have looked to see if I could have won. The silence prevented me from getting the kill this turn. Anyway, he's in pretty dire shape here. So it all started with the Argent Squire. The lesson of the day is that it's nice to have a 1-drop, especially if it's a really, really good one. Argent Squire is probably the best neutral 1-drop in the game, I would say. And that actually includes all the rares and epics, too. Mud Crab! So, the Argent Squire has got the Divine Shield, and I guess it's conditionally good. Obviously, if you can buff it like I did with my Wolf and my Shattered Sun Cleric, then it gets even better. No, I didn't actually buff it with the Shattered Sun Cleric, but if you can buff it with things, it gets exponentially better. So maybe without any buffs, it's not as good as, say, the Leper Gnome. But anyway, it's a really, really good one, so just having it is nice, and it can make a big difference. Okay, this is all stuff that needs to get mulliganed the hell out of here. I'm pretty sure that if you mulligan a card, it cannot come back right away. Pretty sure. I've never had it happen, so I feel like with as much Hearthstone as I've played, it would have happened by now if it was going to happen. I mulligan, but it's nice when you're second and you get a bunch of big cards, you know that they're not going to come back immediately. Of course, now once the game starts and I mulligan into more expensive crap, I do not, I am able to again draw into those expensive cards and I do not have immunity from them, but hopefully we'll get something good here. The Outdoor Peacekeeper is technically a 3-drop, but you obviously don't really want to drop it onto an empty board. Of course, if my opponent plays a good, a 3-2 of some sort, I will happily Peacekeep it on turn 2. The Guardian of Kings, whom I mulliganed, is back for more. Oh, this is not good. Well, obviously, if he makes a recruit here, I'll just make a recruit on my turn. At Peacekeeping, that would be sort of silly. But being the first player, he has a huge advantage here because he can, buff his recruit or whatever first. Like, you can play Shattered Sun Cleric now, his recruit trumps mine. Had I been the first player, none of that would be happening. He'd have to at least use his coin for it. Scarlet Crusader. Alright, that's a pretty good card. And that is definitely something that I will Peacekeep. I could also silence it with the coin, but given how expensive my deck is, I'd rather keep the coin. Now here, if he has a Dark Iron Dwarf, he can actually reset the Scarlet Crusader back to her glory, and probably win the game at that point. Blessing of Kings, also not bad. Now the awkward thing is that if I silence this, it actually goes back to being a 3-1 rather than a 1-1. I wish you could selectively silence, but such is life. I can make a Tiger with the coin and trade this out next turn, but I think I'd rather just silence this thing. And here I am actually going to play Redemption, because this looks like a Noble Sacrifice. My opponent might not want to use the Scarlet Crusader against what he certainly thinks is a Noble Sacrifice. Actually, Noble Sacrifice would be better. It would actually kill the Scarlet Crusader. Instead, she gets to kill my Spellbreaker and it comes back as a 4-1. So if it were Noble Sacrifice, this would just be dead and I'd keep my 4-3. As a Redemption, this guy comes back as a 4-1. So Noble Sacrifice clearly would be better here. But at least it's giving him pause. Oh my god, enough with the buffing. Ugh, god damn it. Alright, well anyway, this is still okay. The Redemption is not ideal, but it could be... What is he doing? He's going to attack me. Or he's thinking about it anyway. So my Redemption triggers. It essentially acts as a way of killing the Scarlet Crusader, which I would have been able to do with a Noble Sacrifice anyway, so it really isn't that great. Let's play this out before it gets bad. And yeah, I'll just go ahead and trade. So technically my board is better than his because my 1 Drake can kill all of his and my life total is maximum, so he can't race me or anything. But he's a Paladin. You could easily put some more Divine Shields and buffs and Blessing of Kings and other junk. That also works. That's actually probably the best thing he could have had. Damn it, that sucks. So only one of those creatures dies to my Drake. Well, I'm going to have to counter Argent Commander here. This is a thing that happens sometimes where you play Argent Commander, then your opponent plays Argent Commander and kills your Argent Commander. So again, I'm technically in the lead, but he's got the play. That's the thing. It's because he's the first player. Had I been the first player here, it would have been much better. But him being the first player has given him a huge edge all game because it's meant that I was always the one on the back foot. And he keeps having tricks like Divine Shields and buffs and that thing. This is actually a real problem because although Naked Stormwind Champion isn't great, it actually is good against me because this is only a 5-6. So it just dies. It's sort of pointless. What I'm going to have to do here is play the Tiger. I think that's the right move, because this can't be messed with. And as long as there's no Divine Shield or anything on the Stormwind Champion, then next turn I can use Shadow Sun Cleric, buff this guy, and get the kill. I even have enough mana to Shattered Sun Cleric and play Frostwolf Warlord next turn. So this will probably be a 6/6. I'm assuming he'd use the Stormwind Champion to kill the 1/1. Then I guess I don't need the Shattered Sun Cleric, do I, huh? I might perhaps decide to do something different. We'll see what he does. Of course, you could buff the crap out of this or whatever. You've got to be friggin' kidding me. Are you friggin' kidding me? Because you've got to be friggin' kidding me. Oh, my God. What the hell? Honestly. Well, I'm not going to spring with my Tiger just yet. Let's make my 7/7 here, who will just eat this Divine Shield for breakfast. But at the very least, then next turn, with my Shattered Sun Cleric and the Tiger, I can kill this guy. And of course my opponent's at full health, and I'll have a 5/3 weapon. I don't have any more silences, though. I passed on the quote-unquote stupid owl, and I already used my silencer on the Scarlet Crusader. God damn it. I mean, I'm just losing because of this legendary. I don't have any silence to deal with it. And the only way you can really beat this is if you were ahead all game, and you race your opponent down enough so that you can't use the weapon. If you were on the back foot all game, it's no good. Motherfucker. That's annoying. This guy. So I can't polymorph it, I can't silence it, I can't mind control it. I got nothing here. Oh, he's actually gonna use that to kill my... Oh no, he's gonna go for the throat. Okay, yeah, this game's over. I'm not even gonna give a well played. Not that he's a bad player, but that wasn't well played. He just dropped a legendary and won. So, yeah. That was a great game. Hopefully we're not gonna see any more of that crap in our next few games. I think this deck is good. I mean, so I've had 2 losses, and 3-2 is not the most impressive record, but keep in mind, I could have won against the Warlock. I was probably the underdog in that fight, but I could have won, and I got the loss because of the bug. So that was a missed opportunity, and then I lost that game just because of Tyrion motherfucking Fordring. So anyway, that's that. So I flipped him earlier in a pack. So if you're wondering why I was excited, it's because he can just win you the game sometimes. Miraz, the warrior. Okay, let's see what we get. Hopefully a bit of a faster start here. This has been like a really schizophrenic arena. Either I have like super fast starts or just absolutely nothing. Let's go ahead and keep the wolf and the golem. Wolf's not my favorite 2-drop. I probably won't even play him. I'll just coin out a golem. Golems are very nice to see against warriors. 2 golems doubly so, just because they survive Fiery War Axe. Oh, and just in the nick of time, got our Argent Squire. This is also very good against Fiery War Axes. Now, having this on the board changes everything. Now I might very well play the wolf. Obviously, if it means the kill, I will just play it. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be fucking kidding me! God damn it! Oh, you are a douchebag. You don't say my thanks after that. Ugh. Asshole. Well, Mad Bomber, I mean, as I've said before, if you play with Mad Bomber, eventually it'll do great things, like, you know, kill your opponent's Argent Squire and also ding your opponent in the face to add insult to injury. God damn it. Well, that's probably going to be the game. I mean, if I lose the game, here's the thing. If I lose the game, it will be entirely because of that Mad Bomber. 100%. Because if it's one of those, you know, close games that goes down to the wire and whatnot. Anyway, I have a choice here. I can either kill the Acolyte of Pain and only give him 1 card, or I can kill the Mad Bomber and prevent the Mad Bomber from killing the Wolf. I think the Wolf is less valuable than robbing my opponent of cards, so we're going to pass the turn there. God damn that Mad Bomber. I mean, my opponent drafted it, and he played it, so sometimes it will do great things for him, but seriously. Seriously. It could just as easily have like hit him twice and hit me once, or hit him twice and hit the Squire once. I just needed the Squire to live, so the Wolf would then let my 1-drop trade for the Bomber. Now, at 4 mana, you can play like Arathi Weaponsmith, or Kor'kron Elite, or several other good warrior cards. Well, I guess it's really just those 2. That also is a fine card. Well, I think here it behooves me to use the Hammer of Wrath. Well, I can also use Argent Protector to achieve similar effect. Basically, if I use the Argent Protector, I can pop for damage, trade away the Golem. I can put the Protector on the Wolf, pop for 2 damage, use the Golem to kill it off, and then the Mad Bomber lives. If I use the Hammer of Wrath, I can finish off with the Golem and trade my Wolf in for the Bomber, keeping my opponent's board clear. I think I'm just going to keep the board clear. Let's do this. Get the card. Loot Hoarder, that's nice. It doesn't actually matter what I do. So we'll just do that. And that. Just keeping things clear of obstructions. So he's got 6 cards to my 5, soon to be 6. And I was the second player. So pretty even on cards then. Fiery War Axe comes out. That's fine. I'll just play my Tiger here. Raging Worgen. Yeah, that makes the Loot Hoarder and the Golem unplayable. So yeah, we'll just play the Tiger. So I've got the trump card for his Raging Worgen. Of course, the other tick of the Fiery War Axe could finish it off, but I could also put a Divine Shield on it. Whirlwind. Ah, he's gonna enrage his Worgen and deal a lot of damage to me here. It's gonna actually. Oh my god, this is baloney. Am I really gonna lose the arena to this garbage? I guess so. I am down very low, and at this point my opponent could almost burn me out, because I got hit for 14 damage here, plus I'd taken some damage previously. He could just hit me with the axe, and at 6 health, I basically, because I don't have any life gain here other than like 1 Dark Scale healer. Or that guy! Well, if I can live for a turn, I can play that guy next turn. Sadly, I can't play him right now. So I can kill off this Worgen. I want to put as much stuff on the board as possible. It is possible, of course, for a warrior with 4 cards to deal 6 damage. And he could have like an Arcanite Reaper and an upgrade, or a Kor'kon Elite and a Dark Iron. Oh no, Kor'kon Elite wouldn't quite do it. Not enough mana. Arcanite Reaper, does he actually have the upgrade? Slam. Draws a card. Okay, he's got no mana left. Well, this isn't where I want to be at all. But I guess technically I'm still alive thanks to Justice. The problem is he only needs 2 points of damage with 8 mana to win.
This is my responsibility. Hey, give me that.
Oh my god, he had Whirlwind and Rampage on a Worgen. Man, well, that gets me down to 1 health. And the problem is that now it has an extra durability, so unless I draw my other Justice of Kings and clear out his board, I lose. I don't think there's any way I can deal 22 damage in 1 turn. Peacekeeper, so I got 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19. It's not enough. I'll make him sweat.
This is my responsibility.
So we got him down to 3 health. Now we can concede. That was a load of horse shit. Oh my god. All 3 of those games. I know that I'm the first person to say that you should look for ways to improve your play and blah blah blah, but I think all 3 games I lost were a load of horse shit. I'm just going to say it right there. We lost 1 to a disconnect, 1 to Tyrion Fordring, and then 1 to Whirlwind plus Rampage on a Worgen that I didn't have removal for, dealing 14 damage to me. I mean, I got to give my opponents props for you know, putting those cards in his deck and going for that play, not playing the Worgen earlier, all that stuff. So he played it well, but it was horse shit. So I'm not going to take this 3-win arena as too much of a negative sign. Sorry, I just did Papa Boris's Happy Fun Time bonus hour without saying anything. We got a new rare. It was a Larmobot. I got 1 of those now. Hooray. So, yeah, anyway. So that was a little crap. Let's take a sneak peek at our next arena. Oh, man, my gold is dropping really, really low. Mage, Hunter, or Priest. Okay, probably going to be a Mage. And I'll see you next time. Please like and or subscribe if you enjoyed it. And till then.